Alright guys, welcome back to the shop once again. We're out on a road test in a 2008 F-150 and it has the usual timing issues to it. We're going in, full in, with the full timing kit and everything. We're making it like new. It costs thousands of dollars. My price is around $2,200. Aftermarket dealers, indie shops, $3,500. And dealers are around $4,500 to $5,000. But you don't always need to do the full timing kit if you don't have the money. You need your vehicle to get to work. I realize we all don't have that kind of money to just sink into their vehicle at the drop of a hat. So we're going to go over a couple symptoms, a few things in the scan tool, and then I'm going to show you a free trick you can use to get your vehicle going down the road and of course usable for work and taking care of your family and stuff like that until you have money to fix it properly and go inside the engine. Now this sound right here may be familiar to you. That knock, knock, knock noise. Happen on both sides. Usually happens over here on the passenger side the most. Now what that is the phasers that are knocking when they're locked at hot idle. They're worn, and usually it's because of the tensioners inside the timing chain area that are blown out, which destroy the guides. The problem is that loss of oil pressures is going to cause erratic VCT operation, and it can cause your engine to stall, either at stops or when you're taking off from a stop and you have light acceleration, like so. I mean, it's going nuts right now. Misfiring, shaking like crazy. You can see our timing is way off. And if I bring up power balance on here, be patient with me. Power balance. You can see we have multiple cylinders misfiring. And the timing gets so far off, it'll actually stall the engine. Dangerous. Not reliable. What can you do about it? So what do you do? Well, the first thing you do is put the vehicle in park, shut the engine off, let it sit for about 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to try to start it once again. We're not going to do anything else. Feels good. And over here in the power balance, we can verify it's good. Well, I can, but you'll be able to feel it. That right there just verifies it's the VCT system and the solenoids that are sticking. Or if you put new solenoids in and it's still sticking, it's due to the low oil pressure. So it's erratic oil pressure to the VCTs. They're not going to work right and they're going to cause those issues. So what do you do about that in the interim? This is what you're going to do. You're going to come over here, preferably on a cool engine, or if it's an emergency you can do it on the roadside. Let it cool off a little bit. It's going to be pretty hot under here. You're going to look for your VCT solenoid connectors. You're right here, right on top in the front of the cylinder head. To key off, you're going to disconnect it and just flop it to the side. Okay? Same thing over here. There's one over here underneath there. It's going to be a little bit harder to get to, and all this metal is going to be hot, so be ready for it. Be mindful, you're going to get burned. We're going to disconnect both of those. Let the vehicle sit for 30 seconds or so, get back in, we can go for a drive. Now once the VCT solenoids are disconnected electrically, we're going to come back in here and do one final test. We're going to turn the key on, start the vehicle up, let it idle for a second or so, and then we're going to drive it under the same conditions where it was occurring before. In a nice safe area, light or no traffic, in case it does still stall out, but 99% of the time it's going to take care of your concern. So this one was doing it under light acceleration and come back down. And sure enough, the concern is totally gone. This can get you by, this can get you home. Okay, now with the VCT system disconnected electrically, it's essentially disabled. So the solenoid will not actuate the phaser, and nothing can get stuck and make it out of time when you're back down to that base idle. Okay, so with it disabled, you're going to be able to drive it just like you normally would without a VCT system in the vehicle, like we did for many, many years, no problem. This is mainly there for a little bit of better fuel economy, power, and of course to replace the EGR system on the vehicles. So it's all emissions related mainly. And this can get you by until you have the money to fix it and fix it right. Now this will throw a check engine light. So if you have emissions testing in your area, you're going to need to fix it before your next test. Keep that in mind. But it will get you by. It will get you, back home if you broke down the side of the road and it is this concern causing the engine to stall out. It can help a lot of you out there. And I'm sure a lot of you are out there watching this on the side of the road. I get comments like that all the time. So hopefully it's helped you guys fix your Ford yourself. I'll see you next time, guys.